Hi YouTube. I hope you're doing good. Today's pretty good, not bad. I have a little less lighting. I gave my desk light to Doug because his cat knocked his off his desk. So yeah, I'll be getting another one, but until then I'll just have to put up with it or. I think you can still see me okay, but it's a little less clear. But yeah, so like I was saying, today is a little bit better day. I did leave a link on Robin's Hood channel for the video I made asking him to take that God has forsaken us off there. So whether or not he respects that or realizes, because there was people on my Facebook too commenting and them putting more videos up how God is with us all the time. And like some of my friends here too had mentioned um, Bruce and Darla, and thinking like I am, yeah, God's with us ahead of time, all the time, giving us things that we don't even ask for before we even would dream of asking. He gives us blessings. So, yeah, hopefully that's enough on that. I don't know, like I said, if I'll be respected enough to. I watched like one little video that Robin had put something, he had music on there, but I thought maybe he would say something or indicate. I guess I can't hold my breath, but yeah. Something really cool today. There was this little 7-year-old girl on Facebook Watch. She just belted out One Day at a Time. Sweet Jesus, that song. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. And neither could the judges. It was on Africa's Got Talent. She was from Uganda, I do believe. Um, Holy smokes. It about made people cry. She was so good. And they told her mother, encourage her because, you know, anyway. So that sort of made my day. And another one was like a little, oh, maybe 14-month-old baby dancing, and she she had some moves. It's like, wow, how cute. So just some things that made me happy. But something that didn't make me too happy, I'll light a cigarette and tell you just a moment. There was a study that Doug had put on his group when the smoke clears. Smoke signals. Um, Patriots Unite on Facebook. Um, Somebody had shared with him where there was a study done in the UK, and they worded it like in England. I got to choose my words carefully here. Where 70% plus of the magic potion, you know, um, fully potioned, fully up to date with their rabies stuff, um, have died. So, and then that was taken down by Facebook, and I went to try and recover it and find it, and I suppose it can be Googled, but I wasn't going to take the time and do that. It's just like we all know that people are getting sick after they've had the magic potion. And my youngest son, like I was telling you yesterday, or yeah, tested positive, and he's quarantined for 5 days. And he said it's like he has a headache, you know. And so Yeah. I did try to call my oldest phone son a couple times now, and maybe three. His voicemail box isn't set up, so I hope that he will set it up. Um, maybe just so I don't lose connection talking to him and stuff altogether, you know. But anyway, yeah. So not a whole lot going on except went outside in the sub-zero weather to feed them outdoor kitties, and they always appreciate that. And oh, let's see. Oh, I've got a turkey breast in the oven, and I made earlier to put in there later. I've got everything already. I've got just box stuffing and instant mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes out of a can with some brown sugar and butter on them, and then we'll have cranberries and some gravy with that later. I just thought turkey sounded so good today. We haven't been sleeping good, so oh, that might make you hungry. Anyway, I'm laughing because Doug was putting bowls of salt around the house in every corner um, to ward off evil spirits. And he asked me if I wanted some in my room, and I said no. I said, I'll confront them. I said, God and I will kill their butts. So it's like, no, I'm not really into that superstitious stuff. I mean, I believe in spiritual warfare. It's just that I'm more of a warrior than that. If somebody's going to come up on me and try and scare me or try and hurt me or whatever, I'm fighting with whatever weapons God has endowed me with. So it's like, yeah, that's uh, that's where I stand on that. And and nothing did happen last night after he put those bowls of salt around. So maybe psychologically it helped, or actually, well, I told him, I said I am salt. It's like, you know. So anyway, but yeah, I think a lot of the dark force evil do play off of people's fears and emotions and superstitions. I'm not saying that spooky and creepy things haven't happened to me, because, whoa, I couldn't even name the times that they have. It's just that I look at things a little bit differently now, and I don't really take kindly to being afraid, and I won't sit silently. That's for dang sure, and I'm not going to be afraid. That'll make me mad. So I'm sick of being afraid, you know. So yeah, I shared a oh, when my third born granddaughter was born, her first Easter, I had bought her a really pretty kind of white and pinkish satin dress with a little pink satin Mary Jane's shoes and a little princess crown and some really pretty ruffly anklets to go with it and everything. And I sent my son a picture of his daughter when she was like 3 months old, all dressed. Well, maybe a little. Let me see. April, 4 months old, dressed up like a little princess. She didn't have the tiara on. I gave her a cloth one, and I gave her a gold one that she could play with when she got older. So, you know, was the first time I was ever able to give one of my granddaughters a gift. So I didn't know the other ones yet. So, um, and I made her a dress, and then I sent her the dress I was brought home in, a little yellow, really pretty chiffon dress. because I was adopted, so I just like didn't come home from the hospital. I was put into an orphanage, adopted out, used, and then they brought me back. So it's like, I'm sorry, you have to rename this child. She was already used. you know, how can people do that? but, and I know I was a cute baby. What the hell's up with that? Like they didn't like me, you know. And I was really quiet when I was little. I didn't fuss a lot, and I mean, even if I had issues going on, if I was cold or hungry, I never really said anything about it, even when I was little. It's like, yeah, I was just a nice kid up to a point. Oh, that reminds me of something. Just a minute here. Um, I saw a post yesterday, I think it was. One moment. It said, I cannot relate to this. It said, um, I wish I could tell my mom I'm sorry for all the times I didn't do what she asked me to do. And I'm thinking, oh, whoa. I don't know about people watching here, but we did not dare not do what we were told to do. As a matter of fact, most kids I knew were pretty nice and just did what they were told anyway. So, yeah, I can't relate to that post at all. I know my kids can. Maybe that's the generation. I don't know. But I don't think it really, really is with everybody. I think some kids just, their parents ask them to do something and they go above and beyond. You know, it's like even when I got to be a teenager and my mom got sick, my adopted mom got sick and had colonoscopy, ostomy, and was in the hospital almost dying of cancer. And I took over all the housework and everything. And even when they didn't expect me to, not only cleaning the house, but cooking and doing everything I could possibly think to make their lives easier. So, plus, literally asking God to make me sick instead of my mom. That's the way my brain worked when I was a little kid. So, well, 15. So, taking on her sorrows and her pains. And she's still alive. She's 88. She'll be, let me see, or she'll be 88, I believe, in March. So, this is really weird. My ex's mom was born on St. Patrick's Day, and my mom, my adopted mom, was born the day before. Or wait, no, the day after. So that's just kind of weird. They're both Pisces, you know. Some Pisces I can get along with. I haven't met too many Pisces guys I get along with, but I don't know, maybe somebody on here that is watching me. Maybe we would. I don't know. I've just never met one, you know. So I don't know. I do have a pretty good friend, a Pisces friend. I don't know if she's going to like me after I got mad at one of her friends for stealing from me. Um, and I did tell the chick that I was going to hunt her down. Well, what does that mean? That just means she's going to have to look over her shoulder for the rest of her life until she makes it straight with me. So, I don't know. Could have lost some more friends, but if they want to stay close with thieves and liars and that type of stuff, it's like, well, okay, then you choose them. That's okay with me. I don't need you anyway, then. So, yeah. This past month has been quite the month of betrayal. in my life personally. So yeah. Oh well, nothing new, right, people? you know, you know what I mean. If you can find friends that really would never hurt you for anything in the world and would literally lay down their lives for you, it's like then those are the keepers. It's like, oh no, no, you're not hurting my friend and getting away with it. We're not doing this here. I don't do that ever, and I don't tolerate it out of anybody else in my home or disrespect or people hurting people. I don't do that, you know. Even if they deserve it. I knew somebody got punched in my house and they did sort of deserve it, but I still don't tolerate violence, you know, at all. It's illegal, number one. So is being a thief, you know. So anyway. So what do you think about turkey? Doesn't that sound good? It's just like when you're baking bread in the house, it smells so good. And I did think about making bread too, but maybe another day because that always just warms up the house and smells good. And I used to a lot of times just buy the frozen bread dough and bake that because there's some kinds that are kind of good. I don't think there's the brand here in the United States called Rhodes. It's so, but there's another one called Fetters, Fetters, I think, and that is almost like homemade bread. It's really good. So, and you can make like cinnamon rolls with it, or you know, all that. Or pizza. That's nice to use for pizza too because the dough's all ready and you can make a couple large pizzas with like one pound, but it makes an awful large pizza. And I do like my crust a little thinner, so I'll push most of the dough towards the outside and it'll be, just like bread out on around it, but thin on the inside. So I've tried making a stuffed crust pizza before. It didn't really stay stuffed for me. I think one of my problems, what I was doing, I was using loose mozzarella. Excuse me. I think if I had used string cheese instead, that probably worked good. And I'm going to try that sometime, but not anytime in the near future, I'm sure. I do have some frozen pizzas. We get these ones called Romas or Jacks and just add extra cheese on them. They're pretty good. So, yeah, I love pizza. I really do. I don't eat them as much as I used to. I used to eat them like, about 3 times a week, maybe. So any kind. Even like a chicken Alfredo pizza, they're pretty good. And I don't mind. I used to not like pineapple on my pizza, and I'm not really big on bacon on it, but it's okay with the pineapple. So if you get like a combination with Canadian bacon and pineapple, and even like the peppers, like green peppers or something on there, and like sausage or whatever. But my favorite pizza is pepperoni, extra cheese. Love that stuff. Or combinations. I like stuff on there. So yeah. Oh, that Dr. Sean Baker, that carnivore, he was telling people how he really does not like vegetables, and he can tolerate them like root vegetables and whatever are his favorite, but asked everybody what their favorite vegetable was. And I think if I had to pick one, and I'm allergic to them, but I love mashed potatoes. I don't know. That's kind of a toss up. I like Brussels sprouts and broccoli's pretty good. Cauliflower's good. Um, I think if I have to just pick one and I can only have one for the rest of my life, it'd probably be lettuce because you can make so many things with a salad. So I'd have to say lettuce would be it. I think if Doug could only pick one, he might it would be a toss up between cabbage and potatoes. And he'd probably pick the potatoes, I think. So how about you all if you only had to pick one? And for fruits, if I could only pick one fruit, let me see. Um, that would be a toss up between figs and strawberries. I think I'd have to stay with the strawberries because you can't have strawberry shortcake without strawberries. So yeah, I'll stick with that one. And if I could only have one meat for the rest of my life, it would be chicken. And I'm allergic to seafood, but if I could only have one seafood, let me see. What would it be? Lobster. I like it. Or, I don't know. Let me think on that again. Because I like smoked fish, so it might be like I used to like smoked salmon, but I think I would go with the smoked trout. That's really good stuff. So, yeah. So, well, I don't really have a whole heck of a lot to say today. I just wanted to let everybody basically know about that study that was done with the magic potion and um it is true. I mean, this is a God's honest truth. Doug's cousin, he's a street preacher, not that they're just targeting preachers or anything, but then again if you're ungodly, why not? But 3 days after the potion, he died. And this was just a few months ago. So, I mean, this is really true. Personal people. And the same with a friend of ours, Dave. His mom had it a couple weeks later, gone. And this is a person that was a nurse and she was tough and strong, getting elderly, but still, mm, nah, I don't know. So it just kind of fishy that another study, and this was on YouTube. It was something like 33% of seniors that have had the potion have expired, and that to me is intentional. So they can take the Social Security that they would have to give people and put it back into their pockets or their causes or their relatives that work in another department somewhere or even God knows, I hate to say other countries like Israel gets a lot of our money. And like I've stated before, if they want to be a state of the union, then give them like Nebraska or Nevada or South California, the High Sierra Desert or something, and make them a part of the United States. If we're funding them so they can kill the Pakistans or the Palestinians rather, then they should be paying taxes just like the rest of people. And why would I, being an anti-war person, want to support a country that is killing off their neighbors? Well, they stole their country, so they got to keep killing them. It's kind of like what happened in our country, you know, countries, So yeah, it's can't get it out enough who the true enemies are. Just a tiny little handful of people that control everything, you know. Okay, everybody, I'm going to let this go and upload it. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me. You're very much appreciated. It's nice to have people that care and that are on the same wavelength and love people too. And we just want everybody to be okay. And that's our ulterior motive. So, all right, everybody. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota. Have a good night or day wherever you're at.